How you feeling? Did you see Pablo's video he made for the channel? Fucking great video, man. Best video he's made me yet. Something like that. Deadly video, love it. Oh, fucking hell, man. That is lovely. Yeah, so I just come out here because all the lads are in there, you know. I've just had a house full. You know, different cultures, different colour skin, but we all bleed the same, so, you know, Mark does have a couple of Russians here the odd time, you know. Yeah, this one geezer, mate, and he's fucking scary looking, you know. I insulted him the first time I met him, you know, told him he was handsome and all. He said, I beg your pardon. I said, no, I don't think I will. Joking, what's wrong with your brother? What's wrong with your bro, Jude? Oh, Mark, what's up with Jude? Bro, he's only testing you. Relax. But like I said, you know, it's crazy how a week can change your thinking. It's like, yeah, I'm looking forward to the weekend and have me lad overnight. I'm gonna try keep him for 2 nights though, if I can. Now that is decent. Yeah, I'm just sat out in the garden. It's like, no, they're indoors. Wait, they're indoors. I'm in that room, the smallest one in the house. That's Mark's room, next door to me, and then in there, Alex is in the front. You know, I tell you, I pity man whoever tried to break into this house while we're here. Fuck's sake, man. I'd hear the doorbell cam go, you know, footsteps up the stairs. Oh, man, it'd be a bloodbath. Well, I wouldn't. You know, as Tesco bag over his head, hands tied behind his back. Then fucked on the railway line and leave the rest to science. You know the statistics of a body laid that way across a railway line. 9 in 10 will die or be ripped to bits. So if you ruled as a suicide, maybe. Strange things happen on railway lines. I've just been watching a documentary about that Charlie Vick, or Vick, sorry. He says the shooter, he had no military training or military background or anything like that. He didn't, nobody like ever seen him fucking shoot or anything like that. And it's like you're telling me, right? Like my man, he was in his line of fire. It's like now they should have fucking scanned that area, even with a drone. Like I was listening to Joe Rogan talking about it, you know what I mean? It's like when he heard about it, he was, I think he was doing a podcast with Charlie Sheen at the time. You know, for speaking your mind, you get executed in front of the world. Can you hear the sirens? This is Manchester. Hey, Callie. You just stopped outside someone's gaff on this housing estate. I don't know who, but it's very near, so I reckon it's around near the pub that. Go and have a look. Whoops, they're gone again. Siren City, I call Manchester. That's all you can hear is sirens, you know. And it's crazy because sirens and ambulances and nearly ended me. And now, yeah, do relax me. It's fucking insane. Something that used to trigger you can be so calm and tears, so you can turn a negative into a positive out of that situation. But it takes time. Mental health never goes away, it's forever. Can you hear the train? Do you want to see the train? You couldn't write this. Keep watching. Woo, woo. Yeah. Oh, can you hear it? Holy shit. Woo. Baby, I feel alive. And I pissed on the devil too. Went like that, look here. Fuck you. Yeah. That used to trigger me, that sound. Can you hear it? You want to hear that at fucking 5:30 in the morning? I'm up there. Do you understand? Do you hear the noise of that? Now, now do you get me? Do you understand now when I say you can hear trains? And it's mad, it used to trigger me, but now it's like a fucking comfort, you know. I don't give it a second thought now, you know. But I tell you what, winter is coming and I'm getting fucking cold, mate. There we go. Well, I can't complain with this one, you know what I mean? Normally I'm always complaining, but this will do. If it's not birds or trains or sirens. Shout out to Pablo for making that video. Finn, that has to be the best video Pablo's ever made for me. You know what I mean? I was like, yeah, that's sick, that. I fucking love it. I can hear sirens and blackbirds. It's like Munchausen syndrome in a way because it that I ran away from them sounds and stuff. And in the end, it's what gives me comfort. I can sleep some nights and all you can hear is sirens and It gives me a comfort, you know, cause the siren has become like me eyesight. It's become like a beacon. You know, you can overcome triggers and turn them into weapons. He's fucking brilliant, he is. I had him the other night. Uh, like, I'm not gonna lie, bro, real talk. Because I'm on certain medication, I didn't think I'd be able to have him overnight, you know. Number one priority for me is the safety of my son. And if I'm sleepwalking and my son's next to me and that door is opened and I'm in fucking zombie land and my son walks out onto that stair, do you understand, bro? It's a long way down and it's gonna hurt him. So I locked the door from the inside. I put him on the inside and I barricaded him with pillows. And I put a detonator in the middle. So if he moved, he'd break the dam and I'd get wet. So as soon as he moved, I purposely, bro, I didn't take my antipsychotics, and I've made a decision. Every time I have my son, I will not take my antipsychotic medication at night. No, no fucking way, bro. In all fairness, right, I told a little lie. I said I didn't take two of them. I didn't take any of them, being four of them. You see, my son's safety for me is paramount. Do you understand? I can't help him on the meds I'm on, but while I have my son, it's like I just flick a switch. You know, I remember me first son when he was born, the effort and what I was willing to do to make sure that he was safe in the end. I took him out of the equation. So there was no chance of him ever trying to imitate his father and being a scumbag drug dealer. And I made the right choice. The best thing for me ever was having a child. You know, like you grow up pretty quick. You know, but when you have kids when you're under 20, you grow, you know, and then they grow, you know, and the cycle starts all over again once you plant your seed into this earth. You know, I can't help it. I've got three baby mothers. That's a fucking accomplishment. I tell you that. But do you all get along? For the sake of peace, you know, for the bigger picture. Uh, but yeah, I'm out in this fucking garden and it's getting cold. I can't smoke in the house because me mal hunt me again. 6:30 every morning, that train. Woo! I think it does it purposely. You know, I think the cunt waits for me and knows I'm in the house and just goes, woo, at 5:30 in the morning. You know, I woke up last night at 5:30 in the morning. My laptop was on the ground, smashed. I was like, what the fuck happened there? Couldn't tell you what happened there. I left it on the window, and when I woke up this morning, it was upside down on the floor. I've tried to put the charger in it, and it's not having it. I don't know whether I booted it in the middle of the night or I don't know, but it's fucked. Just as well I have my phone, isn't it? Pablo, thanks for making that video for me. I fucking love it. You know, proper, I like it. I'm probably gonna go watch a movie with the boys. Mark and Alex are in there chilling. I'm starting the garden in me Crocs. You know what I mean? Hey, with me Crocs. Do you get it? Here, watch, I'll show you. You haven't got a sense of humour. Look here. I'm being serious. Not me Crocs. Me Crocs, right? Yeah. I used to have a tracksuit to go with them. Shout out to Born Boy. And shout out to the tracksuit that are wrecked that'd go with this. You know. Me little hobber feet are getting cold. You know, I have arthritis, severe arthritis in my ankles. You get it from hard work, from being on your feet. I'm going to show you how damaged my right ankle is, right? Now, you see that line over there? I'll show you another thing. I'll show you how easy it is for me to kick 7 foot, right? Well, maybe just... yeah, but that'd be stupid. But I have severe arthritis in my right ankle. I'll take a picture later on. I'll put it on my community post. See me ankles. My ankles hurting in the winter too. My right foot and my right hand hurts every winter. You know, of severe damage in my right hand. I broke it about 4 times. I broke my hand about 6 times. But I broke a bone in my hand a few times. You know, because I've cracked somebody in the face with it. And I don't heal like I used to. I'm getting old. I'm telling you now, my body's not healing. You know, I have this philosophy that your body gives up on you before your mind will. You know, your mind is like a nuclear bomb. You know, and you're the detonator. You just don't know it yet. You know, but one day you'll realise that you are the cause of all your problems. And you can carry on blaming the world for all your fuck-ups. But until you face the fact that, here, I fucked up nearly everything, but what you gonna do about it to get it back? What you gonna do to get it all back? Education. You understand? I got mine back tenfold. You know, shout out to Danger Mouse and tenfold. Yeah. I need a publisher. Lee Marvin Hitchman, if you're watching this, here, come over and we'll do this. I told you. You should have told me a day. And we go in, and I tell you what, you see that little rat that kicked the camera out of Billy's hand? I'd slap him with an open palm and say, now what, do something about it, go on. Hey, all the lads off this estate do be in Piccadilly Gardens, and they all know me, and they've all seen me dismantle over 30 years around here. I don't need me brother. I don't need me mate. I don't care who you are and how many brothers and cousins and uncles you have. So what? If you're stood in front of me and I beat your ass, I'm gonna embarrass you in front of your family. If need be. We were talking about it today. A few of the lads in there were saying, listen, the thing with your Jude is he has this problem with people getting in his personal space and he'll tag you. I've seen him tag many, man. I was listening to this conversation today and it was like an out of body experience. And I'm listening to people talking about me. Okay, what they witnessed me doing. right? And I'm like, I'd forgot all about that, but having a baby boy, right, all over again, all that shit goes away when you have your kids, but it is what it is. Like I said, I live on a rough housing estate, just like you. Shout out to Lena, who's in the hospital. I've a lot of time for Billy, and if I seen anyone trying to violate him like that, I'd tag the prick. Charlie Veteran of Security, I'd bang the two of them. Do you understand? What, you want to try kick me, bro, yeah? Or put me hand up, yeah? You break my hand with your kick. But now they see this right leg, I don't miss. I would spark him out on camera. Lee knows. Ask Lee what I'm like. Lee's not stupid. He's done his homework on me. I'm not a prick. Well, I am a prick, but I'm a prick that can handle myself. Piccadilly's become like a war zone. This is Manchester. I know it. I've lived here 31 years. Billy's a good lad. And shout out to his brother, Joe. My lad knows Joe. My lad lives in Toxteth, Lena. He knows them. But yeah, I like Billy. Billy he's always in Manchester doing content. Well, two of the lads that were in that video yesterday they live on this housing estate. Alan Ryan was one of them. I couldn't believe it. I'm watching the video and I'm like, what's he doing in it? There's going to be problems here. You understand? And he knows me really well. So if I was with Billy and we bumped into fucking Alan Ryan, he'd be like, yes, Paddy. He calls me Pad. He's always called me Pad, right? That's his nickname for me, Pad. He's a good lad, Alan Ryan. He went over. That lad looked like he was an Afghani. And if you get in someone's personal space and they light you up, that's your own fault. And shout out to Carl Frock, you fucking imposter. You know what I mean? Hey, I remember you saying Ricky Hatton returning to boxing when you're over 45 is a bad idea. We give Ricky Hatton a hard time saying, coming back from boxing when you're over 45 is silly. Now look what he's doing. He's a fucking hypocrite. He could have stayed retired. Stay retired. 3-time world champion. Boxing Hall of Famer. He doesn't need the payday, but see them Saudis here? They can pay anybody anything they want. You know why? Because it's fucking oil money. That's why. 12 million barrels of fucking oil a day money. That's what we're talking about. And that's nothing. That's only one family. 12 million barrels of oil a fucking day. One family in Kuwait. And the rest. And do you not think them fuckers have a reserve? You go to war with certain countries, mate, and they can shut you down. Where are you going to get your fuel from? All your diesel and everything, where's it going to come from? Them fuckers can block the chain line, stop trading with European countries, Westerners. It's all about that oil money, man. Nah, listen, Carl Frock is a fucking world champion. You know, I admired him as a fighter. I still respect him as a man. And I'd like to see him beat I'd like to see him beat Darren Till's ass, but at the end of the day, come here, listen, you. I'm fucking trying to have a conversation with Lena. She's in the hospital. Can you have some fucking manners? You'll get us thrown off the fucking ward. Shut up. Sorry about that, nurse. Mr. Crow. He's going to Valhalla after this fucking life. Here. I can hear helicopter. We should play Guess the Fucking Sound. What? Yeah, just like in Four Lions when Fessel blew him up. You know. That movie, man. Honestly, Four Lions, I fucking love it. Proper halal. 10-10 thing. Yeah. Excuse me, that's a fucking plane. That's weird. You know, it looks like a football in the sky. Honestly. Look at watch, I'll show you what, man, watch. Turn the fuck around. Okay. It's a weird looking sun, isn't it? I'll tell you what, the sun looks pissed off, mate, today. Honestly. I'm gonna go make myself a cup of fucking tea. Cause I tell you what, I'm freezing me balls off out here, mate. Look, I have to do this, look. Get into the habit of doing that, look. Dink. Fuck's sake. Would you like a cup of tea, mate? Do you fancy watching a gangster movie, bro? That thing I watch, bro, has 8 parts. It's called Special Ops Lioness. It's fucking bad, boy. Oh. Would you like a cup of tea? Turn your head around. I want to show you a tattoo. Look at that in the back of his neck, look. It's like he's got blockbusters on his head, haven't you, bro? That's it. Yeah. Would you like a cup of tea, mate? Yes, please. Do you fancy having a debate about what? Gay rights in Manchester? I'm not. I'm joking. War. No, in fact, Mars is a good topic because Elon Musk thinks that he's going to get a man to Mars. It will never happen in my lifetime or our kids' lifetimes. There's no way anybody would like to survive on Mars. No fucking way. What are you doing? Oh shit.
Really bad.
I thought you were doing a new dance there. I was like, what the fuck, bro? It's a good new dance, man. He's going away in 7 days, the bastard. He's going over to be an Irish Arab, aren't you, bro? You're going over to be an Irish Arab.
Yeah. Oh, that's what I make it there. Don't fucking this stomach.
Well, bro, you'd be the first in the family, well, in between us, to go to Dubai. And anyway, I'll be honest with you, I'm not very good with planes. Especially if you're on it for 6 hours, man. But the planes, Alex said when you get on one of them, when you went to Egypt, you have big fuck off screens on the back of your seat. Loads of leg room, like a lazy boy kind of seat you're sitting in. Yeah. Lena said you've got to saw back because that woman is lying on it or something like that. She's just trying to say, oh, a dirty bastard. I showed her you doing your little whole back routine, and she said he's got sore back with making that woman lie on it. Yeah, he's a bowsy, Lena, look. He's a bowsy, look. I can't zoom in on his fucking face. Yeah, I was watching something earlier on about this geezer, man, that ran over a copper. Like, the copper started shooting at him through the windscreen, so he fucking ran him over. You know, dragged the copper about 300 yards down the road, man. Ran over him again as well. I think he got the electric chair. Gee. Do you want a cup of Al?
Yeah, please.
No, let me get another cup. There you go. There you go. What do you like a cup of tea, mate? Would you like a cup of tea, mate? Courtney, you slag. Courtney. No cake. How are you, Rolls? Yeah, there's no cake. Listen, don't talk to me about cake. Last night I fancied a bit of cake, yeah? So about 25 to 10 I flew down to Tesco, yeah? And it was raining. I was getting pissed wet through. And I was like, fuck it, it's okay, because at the end of the day, when I get back, I'm going to have a lovely piece of cake and a hot cup of tea. I got to the Tesco, it was closed. I seen a few staff members. I knocked at the window And the geezer that barred me 3 times walks to the door. He goes, "Well, shut." I said, "I fucking know that. Can I get a cake?" And he's like, "No, mate, we're shut." I was like, "Yeah, can I talk to your manager?" She come over to the window. She said, "Love, we're closed." I was like, "Can I get a bit of cake?" And she's like, "No, the tills are done." So is that a no then? Yeah. Definite no. So I didn't get the cake in the end. That annoyed me last night.
What was that, mate?
I couldn't get, when I went down, Tesco was closed.
The old cake.
You know, I was fucking wounded, I was. You know, and I was pissing rain. I was getting soaked, I was on my scooter. And I got to the Tesco and it was closed. I was like, no. You know, I wanted a cup of... My mother taught a cup of tea to solve everything. Mark, you do me a favour, would you take one of them? I love that song. I like sometimes, bro. I don't listen to fucking rap music instead of this. I like listening to even that song 1,000 years. I like, you know, like something relaxing rather than being fucking. Yeah. Oh shit. Caramel cake. Fuck off, Ralphs. Caramel cake, bro. Honestly, stop. I'll have to go down in a bit. But I hope you get well, Lena. Let me put this back in there. Just keep going there, will it? It's getting cold in Manchester, man. It's like, it's crazy. My ankles, like, it looks like they're all bursted blood vessels coming through my ankle. You can see it. It's like loads of them. I'll take a picture of me left that. I think that's what I think it is. I think of arthritis in my ankles. Because the way my feet is, not my feet, where my ankle is or where my heel is, all going down the side of my foot. It's like lightning strikes, you know, tiny little veins. They look like they're burst blood vessels. And over years, it's deteriorated. I like the trays. There's loads of them. I'll have a house. Believe it or not, that's my light out there. And I stayed out overnight, so I bet it's fucked. I dropped my laptop, I think, in the middle of the night. Or it fell off the window, so. Yeah, someone said to me this morning Amarin got sacked. I thought he was sacked In fact, he should be sacked. He should let me take over. I'd put 4 at the back, 3 in the middle, and 3 up front. Simple as. I'll select the team every week. Mayor, bring somebody into the club as a fucking intern manager and get us out of the shit mess that we're in. Because at the minute, at this rate, we're going to be 18th place. Like, we're 14th at the minute. And it's like, it's fucking embarrassing. Yeah, that's what I was just saying. Like, long are the days of Manchester United dominating English football at well and truly over, but I thought this geezer was going to actually be a saviour. I really did. I invested me fucking heart and soul into him, thinking.
Yeah, Alex had him for 16. You know that?
Yeah, but it's like. Yeah, but bro, Manchester United, you know what I mean? They're a fucking global fucking brand. It's like, and bro, we're just an average team at the moment. Do you understand? 14th place, alarm bells would be screaming off in my head. Do you understand? I'd be like, listen here, someone needs to tell him your system isn't working. I don't even know whether the players want to play for him. You know, there's too much on Bruno's shoulders. If you're relying on Fernandes to save United here, don't get me wrong, I love Bruno, but too much is put on him. He's the only leader in that dressing room, but he's very petulant, you know, and throws his toys out of the pram and all. Look where you are, bro. You win and lose as a team, bro. But seeing United in 14 breaks my heart, bro. It kills me. You know, 14th place. See that? Yeah. Mark's getting a big one. Like 100-inch TV for that. It'd be like a big cinema. Like, that's how big is that telly, bro? That one.
What?
55, isn't it?
What is?
That telly, or is it 60?
Don't know, bro. 50 maybe.
No, it's bigger than 50, bro.
60 maybe, I don't know, bro.
I reckon it's 55. That's what I'm going with. So another 45 inches. That'd be like. So that the TV be there.
What? Yes, please.
What? Yeah. I'd love some, Al, yeah, thank you. There's a thing on Netflix about the Guinness family, and I was thinking of watching it. I like something decent to watch. I've been watching a thing called Special Ops Lioness, it's called. Yeah, I go on as well. and you're doing all good. Hey, Mark, you'd be sick watching the United game on that telly. Hey, let me see. I have to check some Manchester United. They're saying Zinedine Zidane. He is the only man that could take that job.
Managing finances and customers powers your business growth. All of it's a recruitment platform. Manchester United. It was another grim day yesterday at Brentford. There's no escaping that. It feels like we're just on a loop, asking the same question week after week. So there you are. The floor's yours. Where are you at with it all?
I'm very, very worried. Very, very worried. I think we needed yesterday, because yesterday is going to put into context the Chelsea game. If United go and win yesterday and do well, the Chelsea game becomes okay, started against Chelsea. Yesterday, the performance that we saw and the result that we saw means that you feel that the Chelsea game was skewed by sendings off and 10 men and all those other things. You start to look at Chelsea less positively. And that's just football. So I think we needed yesterday.
Yeah, they're good for gaming and shit like that. That's why people, and for watching football on as well. And movies, obviously, as well.
Brentford away, Sunderland at home next week. There's a real opportunity here to get 9 points on the board on the bounce. And then you'll be up well up there with it being at the start of the season, in the top 6 or 8, probably. But yesterday was a really poor performance and a real.
Do you know who I think was a sick artist and a great producer? Remember that Plan B?
Yeah.
Remember the guy who made that Il Manor stuff?
Yeah, I know.
Fucking brilliant, mate. Honest to God.
On the television, see players' body language.
That's you and what he sings. Something happened that I never felt before.
That game yesterday that I mentioned on my podcast 2 or 3 weeks ago that I said we couldn't see again. Remember after the Grimsby game, played at the weekend after it. We did a podcast on here, and I said that Mason Mount ended up at left wing back. There's sticking to your plan, and there's your coach that's got an idea, and making sure that he delivers that idea and not flip-flopping with his idea.
I'm gonna have some fish fingers.
Trying to achieve. But then when you're putting Mason Mount at left wing back,
have some proper later.
Left wing back again yesterday, the last 5 minutes of the game.
Not much, mate. I'll probably watch a movie if my brother wants to watch one.
And the other thing that I said it was a 10 hard.
But it is cold outside, bro.
That's what I used to say on the 10 hard back. Kept changing his back four.
I like the chicken ones as well. My brother made them for me like a while ago. I had them like they're nice, yeah.
There was a shot of Shaw and Maguire on the bench. I think maybe 5-10 minutes from the end of the match. They deserve to be on the bench, by the way. I've got no problem with that. But he changes his back 3 or his back 5 every single match. Euro comes on, Euro comes off. Euro starts, Euro doesn't start. The link comes on, the link comes off. Maguire comes off, Maguire stays on.
Nah, as a Man United fan, bro, I'm super worried. Like for a Man United team to be in 14th. Since I come to Manchester, I've never seen a team. I've never seen a team in 14th place. I've never seen a team finish in 16th. This geezer's not the man for the job. I thought he was, but he's not.
And there's some things that I'm seeing that are a massive worry, and some things that can't happen. You can't put Mason Mount at left wing back. I'm sorry, it just can't happen. I can't watch Mason Mount play left wing back in a football team. I struggle at times to watch him in his position, but actually putting him out there on the left wing, he's just, or left wing back, is ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous. So I am very, very concerned, I really am, because the manager's obviously a good coach, he's had a great record in Portugal, but it's not clicking at all. It's not clicking, and the thing is for me, and I said just before, maybe I didn't finish what I was going to say.
This is where I like Gary Neville, Mark, right? I know a lot of people think he's a wanker and all, but he'll give his brutal opinion. Gary Neville, I'm not his biggest fan.
Oh, I think so.
No, but bro, he'll tell you how it is. You know, it's worrying for United fans.
You've got to see what happens next Saturday against Sunderland. I think you've got a game at home against Sunderland. The Sunderland, as we know, are obviously in decent form. But if that game goes against Manchester United, you're going to start seeing very, very, very big questions being asked of the ownership. Big questions. They brought a young manager in.
No, shop was shut, bastard. I got there too late. It shut at 9:30. I got there at 10:25, and the door was locked. Bastard.
Where we were last season in October, it's not a one-off. It becomes what you are. It becomes a pattern, and then managers come under huge pressure. We've seen what's happened with Graham Potter in the last few days. So look, that's why I'm worried. That's why I'm worried, because this is not going to go away. It's going to build in this next week or so, and I think that a victory is needed more than ever at Old Trafford on Saturday against Sunderland.
Yeah, tough times for Manchester United. They have been for quite a while now. I don't know if there's anything else you'd like to cover before we're done.
No, the fact that we've got, well, the title race was never over, but the fact that we've got this sort of 2-point gap now between the two best teams in the country is healthy. And yeah, just seen Eddie Howe's face here, magic tonight. Honestly, for a football manager to go home and put everything into the weekend. Yeah, but I think for Arsenal, that's the story of the weekend. What's just happened there? That's very, very big for Arsenal.
Just on the game itself, because we can overload with stats, can't we? We've spoken about the turn, but I mean, I couldn't believe it. I had to keep checking over and over again. Back-to-back Premier League wins have eluded Ruben Amorim since he's taken over. Within this game, though, there was a big moment, wasn't there? Bruno Fernandes, we just mentioned him there. It was a penalty that was saved, but the build-up to the penalty and the VAR check, they confirmed the penalty, no red card. Is there a little bit of sympathy towards United and Ruben Amorim that maybe that wasn't a red card when it was reviewed?
Yeah, this is I think an episode.
Bruno normally doesn't miss penalties.
This isn't it, mate. It's a clear red card to me. He's the last man.
I've never done them, bro, but I know a lot of people that have. In all fairness, bro, I've probably fucking tried nearly everything in the book, but I've never ever done mushrooms or anything like that. People do them for medicinal purposes, and you know, Mike Tyson eats them by the handful. You know, but it's never been for me. You know, I wouldn't even know where to pick them. So I don't really know anything about them. I'd be afraid I picked the wrong one, you know. If you can find truffles, now you can sell them fuckers. No, Elon Musk, here we go. I want to see what his take is on the whole Charlie Veek thing. Like Elon Musk, man, he's a very powerful man. Okay.
Elon Musk opened his remarks with an unusually intense tone. He paused for a moment, looked directly at the audience, and said, "It's time to tell you everything."
Before Charlie Kirk's memorial happened. Now, yesterday, a video surfaced that didn't fit the official story.
From there, he began laying out what he knew and what he suspected about the pressures Charlie Kirk had faced before his death.
The entry wound appears to be in the back of Charlie Kirk's head, with the exit wound in his throat.
So how is that possible?
Kirk's passing is not simply a personal tragedy, but a symptom of a deeper sickness in the culture.
For those who might need a refresher, let me walk you through what we were told happened. The FBI and government agencies painted a very specific picture. Charlie Kirk was allegedly shot from the front during what appeared to be a public event. They arrested someone named Tyler Robinson, positioned him as the lone gunman, and within hours, the narrative was set in stone. The media ran with it, the case seemed closed, assuming justice was being served.
Musk explained that Kirk had been under coordinated attack for months.
But here's where it gets concerning. That official story spread faster than wildfire through every major news outlet.
How you hide?
Within days, we had a complete narrative package. The shooter, the motive, the method, the location, everything tied up in a neat little bow. Now, having spent some time in industries where information moves fast, I can tell you that when a complex story gets packaged that quickly, especially one involving a high-profile political figure, it usually means someone was ready with that story before the events even unfolded. Think about it for a moment. When has any major investigation, especially one involving a public assassination, been solved so definitively in such a short time frame?
He described online defamation campaigns, efforts to deplatform him, and organized attempts to strip away his influence.
The Kennedy assassination is still being debated decades later. Yet somehow, this case was supposedly solved before Charlie Kirk's memorial happened. Now, yesterday, a video surfaced that didn't fit the official story. And when I say didn't fit, I mean it completely shattered the foundation of everything we've been told. This wasn't just some new grainy cell phone footage from a random bystander. This was a detailed analysis conducted by highly trained military personnel, people who understand ballistics, who've seen combat.
It's about defending open dialogue and freedom of thought in a society that increasingly punishes those who think differently.
Who know the difference between entry and exit wounds, because they've unfortunately witnessed both. One particular Marine, a friend of Range Dave Road, who'd been shot multiple times in combat, took it upon himself to frame by frame analyze the available footage. What he found was nothing short of explosive. The key detail that changes everything. The entry wound appears to be in the back of Charlie Kirk's head, with the exit wound in his throat. Let me repeat that because it's
No, bro, thank
crucial.
you.
Entry in the back, exit in the front. If that's accurate, and multiple experts are now debating this, then it means the story we were told can't be right.
A system that punishes anyone who dares to challenge powerful narratives.
Now, I want to be very careful here because we're dealing with someone's family and the grief of real people. This isn't about
Thanks, bro.
sensationalism and conspiracy theories for entertainment. This is about truth. And truth matters because it affects all of us. When official narratives don't match physical evidence, we have to ask why. Let me walk you through what these forensic experts are seeing, and I'll try to explain it in terms that make sense without being too graphic. When you look at the video footage, and I want to warn you...
So they're saying there was an entry wound from the back of the head. So how can he be shot on the front if he's been shot through the back of the head? The bullet comes out of his neck.
According to the analysis, you can see what appears to be blood splatter coming from the back of Kirk's head, not the front. This matters because blood splatter tells a story about
Guys, I'm having some food.
The blood pattern looks different than if they're shot from behind. It's basic physics. Really, the force pushes material in the direction it's traveling.
This isn't just random hate, Musk said. It's a structure, and Charlie was right in the middle of it.
Second, there's what's called a head snap. This is exactly what it sounds like, the way someone's head moves when impacted by a bullet. According to the experts analyzing this footage, Kirk's head movement is consistent with being struck from behind, not from the front. The head jerks forward, which is what you'd expect from a rear impact. Third, and this is perhaps the most telling detail, there's something called spinal reaction. When someone suffers a spinal injury, particularly to the upper spine or neck area, there's a very specific
So they're saying
body response.
he,
The person tenses up
he was struck from the back of the head and the bullet come out of his neck.
Are saying Kirk's physical response in the video matches this type of spinal trauma, which would be consistent with a shot from behind traveling downward through the neck area.
By saying this, Musk suggested that Kirk's death cannot be separated from the environment built to isolate and crush dissenting voices.
Now, once you accept that possibility, a cascade of new questions emerges, doesn't it? If Charlie Kirk was shot from behind, then where was the shooter positioned? The official story places Tyler Robinson in a completely different location, a position that wouldn't allow for a rear shot. So either the forensic analysis is wrong, which multiple independent experts are now saying it isn't, or we're dealing with something much more complex than a lone gunman scenario. And that's where things get really scary. Hours of photographic analysis by investigators, not government investigators, but independent researchers.
Well, we'll see if he gets in. You know, if he's not fucking off his nut, if he can make weight and stop drinking, he's gonna have to.
But when you examine it closely, enhance the image, and look at the color tones and shapes, a very different picture emerges.
He also criticized how quickly institutions and media outlets moved to downplay the story.
This blurred figure shows what appears to be human skin tone in an area where you'd expect to see someone's face. There's a shape that's remarkably consistent with the rifle, specifically what looks like the cross pattern of an AR-15 with an optic mounted on it. And perhaps most importantly, the positioning of this figure aligns perfectly with the trajectory that would create the wound pattern the forensic experts have described.
Okay, having a fish ring or something.
We're not talking about wild speculation here. We're talking about multiple independent analyses conducted by people with military training, all pointing to the same conclusion. Charlie Kirk was likely shot from behind by someone positioned in concealment, not from the front by Tyler.
Musk argued that the rush to sanitize or dismiss uncomfortable truths is itself dangerous.
If the shooter was concealed nearby, then who was the man?
Yeah, fish fingers.
And why was his arrest and prosecution moved forward so quickly when the physical evidence apparently doesn't support the government's version of events? This brings us to Tyler Robinson himself and the problems with the official case. The government's entire prosecution rests on the idea that Robinson was positioned in a specific location with a clear line of sight to Kirk, and that he fired the fatal shot from that position. But if the forensic evidence shows the shot came from behind, from a completely different angle,
If Elon Musk is saying this, it must be true.
at least not the only shooter. Let's think about this logically. Robinson was supposedly on a rooftop or elevated position in front of Kirk. The ballistics and wound patterns suggest a shooter positioned behind and to the side of Kirk.
So they're saying
Completely different scenarios.
he was shot in the back of the head and the round come out of his neck. He wasn't shot from the front. He was shot from behind. That's what the ballistics say. Do you understand?
When you see every major outlet acting in lockstep, that should tell you
Look.
there's something they don't want you to see.
Some investigators are suggesting that key pieces of evidence, particularly text messages,
Yeah. Okay. Well, we know where he gets it from.
What's the job? We can steal pencil from the biggest gallery in Spain.
We know where he gets it from.
4 cameras in each room, minimum 2 security
Right, I need to go and have a piss, and he's gonna have to wait a minute. Here, wait.
What's this? Having a Stacey? We cannot trust a single word that she says. He's trying to inject a bit of fun into...
Simple tragedy to coordinated conspiracy. And I know that word conspiracy makes a lot of people uncomfortable, but sometimes conspiracies are real. Sometimes powerful people do coordinate to achieve specific outcomes, even when those outcomes involve tragic loss of life.
For Musk, speaking out about Kirk isn't about politics.
The evidence suggests we might be dealing with multiple distractions and diversions. There were people in the crowd claiming to have been the shooter. There were figures spotted on rooftops. There was immediate chaos and confusion that made it difficult for witnesses to track what was
I listened to a lot of what he says.
This is the hallmark of a sophisticated operation designed to...
Yeah, I watched it. I finished it today.
...protect the actual perpetrator.
Special Op Lioness, it's called. Hang on, need to go toilet.
Prepackaged narrative ready to go within hours. You're not looking at a lone wolf attack. You're looking at something that was planned, coordinated, and executed by people with resources and expertise. But here's where it gets even more complex, and where we need to start asking the bigger questions. This isn't just about who killed Charlie Kirk, as important as that question island. This is about who benefits from his death.
This just happened. We just found out that Charlie Kirk got shot. It's fucking awful. And is he dead? Oh, that's it. What? Someone shot their gun off in celebration and killed him.
You shoot celebration guns in the air.
What a crazy take. Like, it might not have been someone assassinating someone for the wrong opinion.
Huh.
Fuck.
But why does something like that have to be spun?
Their ideology.
No, I don't understand. It's like,
I mean, they want to try to on a Trump supporter with a crazy Trump supporter with a gun,
right,
going wacky. We don't know if it was a supporter shooting off a gun in celebration, because you know they do.
Right.
A lot of folks are just constantly out there shooting off guns at large gatherings in celebration.
Yeah, 4th of July at your house.
What the fuck?
No, that is that's a wow.
There's going to be a lot of people celebrating this.
Kirk was a central figure in American youth conservatism. Founder of Turning Point USA, highly influential among students.
So and so dangerous to celebrate or to in any way encourage this kind of behavior from human beings. It's not a violent guy. He's talking to people on college campuses. It wasn't even particularly rude.
I need to make a cup of tea and go now. That was small. First, I need to make one though, but that sandwich was nice, so I'll have something later on. Yeah, I watched the other 2 episodes of that thing. It's really good. The woman's a badass and like she fucking like you wouldn't want to try someone like this. Jesus Christ, man, she fouled me. She fouled me. She's a Marine Special Forces, so you know, you can deploy her anywhere, you know. Frog woman. She was in The Matrix, so she played oh, you probably wouldn't have seen The Matrix. Yeah, her daughter, she had a car crash, that was it. She broke her fucking leg or something. It's not as if she got fucking shot or something. Yeah. Put a cup of tea in this. See, it's too fucking windy outside. If I try to make a smoke out there, I'll fucking.
This is a fucked up conflict. People are in this trap of us against them.
His death sent shockwaves through the political landscape. Among allies, he became a symbol, a martyr for the conservative cause. But it's also
All for the conservative cause.
You could do the opposite. Yeah, I get that. But there's also going to be a sort of ingrained thing now. And you just got wanting to hold your hands. Sometimes you're in a crowd, it's all up. It's all up, and all they want is, it's just making sure they're photo of this and that. But there's so much of those moments where you're spent looking down. You're looking down the entire time. And I don't think anybody wants to shoot.
Mark, I'll put this chair back up in a couple of seconds.
The only thing that I stress about, bro, is that fucking floor.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like today, you're like, okay, that's
You have to come closer. Right. It is out in the garden. It's very cold.
Well, it's, when we were talking about assassinations earlier, whether it's Kennedy or RFK or, you think of them in the past.
Yeah.
You think of them like.
It's cold out.
You don't. But something happens in the current, like right now, this one, Charlie Kirk, it doesn't seem real. It seems very surreal. It does. It seems like it's going to take a long time before reference this as something.
Nice cup of warm tea.
Like, remember, oh yeah. But right now, it just doesn't seem real. It seems so crazy. It's not registered. It's not, no.
There's so many lines on my forehead, look.
I met him once at a gun range of all places. Yeah.
Well, a couple of scars.
He was a nice guy.
Fuck it. Yeah, but you're fucking in your 30s, I'm in my 50s. I'm growing my beard for Christmas.
There's so many people that love it. They love that we're divided and they profit off that division. And they stoke the fires. And they do it for their own profit. And it's so fucking gross. It's so gross.
Well, really, you were pushing 50.
It's really one of the most
Nearly 50.
horrific things that you can do at this moment. Die martyr with those
So 52 next 4. I'm so fucked.
Because the people they're never thinking about is
I think they just, that's just like default with those. They gaslight you by default, right? So immediately they try to find some reason.
I take that as a compliment.
Whatever the thing is in the news is someone else's. It's just all gaslighting. And that's what they're paid to do.
What else? She's a lesbian.
Masquerading as news.
political events with little access control, insufficient protection for controversial figures.
So weird. Fuck. No, this is a dark day. Yeah. Well, two things is going to happen. Either people are going to realize how fucking insane this is. We have to have a conversation about being able to have conversations, right? Or it's going to be one person. That's what's scary. It's scary to see the spark off some kind of real violent conflict. They're going to have a lot of fans.
Yeah.
I mean, they love that guy. I know. They find out that you got.
How are you feeling? I'm just in the middle of an operation at the minute. How are you, Andrew?
There's always that flashpoint moment in any, in previous times. Like
Yuppie.
this, there's always that tipping point moment.
Chef Can I have extra helpings? Extra helpings coming up. Customer. How about that for your chef? Yeah. Voila. Fucking hell, mate, that's banging. You're peeling potatoes. I could end up doing that today. Like my brother could turn around and say, bro, do you know what? We'll have this for dinner today. Just put it there, you know, just in case the idea goes in his head. You know, on a day like this, you want a good cuddle, you know, loads of meat in it, you know, bits of beef, bits of sausage, bits of rasher. You know what I mean? Don't be stingy with your rasher. Yeah. They do to piss me off, they do. The amount of City fans that do pull me and go, bro, you're that guy, aren't you, that's always making them videos at the Etihad. Yeah, that's me. Why? You know, why? I'm what? Yeah, okay, Leash, no, but I'm going into the cold out there, me.
Following reports of a robbery and multiple deaths on Saturday, March 23rd, 2024, police in Vancouver, Washington locate their suspect on the roof of a nearby restaurant, where his bizarre and increasingly reckless behavior reaches new heights. Things take a shocking turn, however, when the suspect attempts to evade the police, leaving him dangling dangerously from a telephone wire. The following report is based on official police records, and most of the footage has never been seen before until now. Just after 5 p.m., an officer with the Vancouver Police Department responds to reports of a robbery and assault at a nearby restaurant. When he arrives, he meets
I'm going out into the back, mate.
the restaurant's owner to get a description of the
It's cold out there.
What's it described like? He was African American, light skin, black puffer jacket.
Come on, you fucking bastard. Right, I'm going into the garden. Now, so fuck's sake, man. It wouldn't surprise me if fucking Marvin turns up today, you know. The cunt, he comes out of nowhere like Baffink. You know, I'm like, fuck's sake, how didn't I spot you coming a mile away, you cunt? You know, I can see all the way up the road with the cameras. Every second house on the street has a doorbell that sees everything. Every house, yeah. Houston, I've stolen your lunar module and I've painted it blue. And I'm keeping it for my son, and fuck you too. I had that the other day, yeah? And I said, yeah, okay, little man. Yeah, hang on. Do you want to be an avatar? Anyway, so yeah, like I said, right, watch me face, watch. You see the way it turns? Right, so I put him in this way, right? And we went way, oops-a-daisy. Go on, son, you're killing it. Hang on a minute. Go on. Yeah, how about this? Go on, son. You know, I could hear them laughing. I'm here, yeah? And he's like, he's just laughing. You know, he loved it. You know. I reckon that's about 6 foot. Could you kick that? Like, say, if you took 3 steps back, could you kick that? I'm not even going to attempt it while that's hooked to the bar. I'll show you one time when I haven't got my Crocs on. I'm not kicking something stale with Crocs on. You're mad. I'll be in the MRI. You know, look what I've got. Look at my footwear, look. Don't knock my footwear, yeah? I'm one of the best dressed men in our circle on YouTube, so don't even lie about it. Okay. We run no fake shit here. Me son broke me fucking earphones. Look at him. I hope he's happy. You know, and he just laughed at me when he did it, looked at me and just went like that, look. I was like, that's definitely my son. I can see him. It's in him. He's got that McDonald DNA. Like his big brother and his sister. You know. I'm surrounded by trees, bushes, grass, roots. Real roots, like there's proper roots in this garden. There's proper roots down in my sister's house in her garden. Her garden. Now this garden does not belong to me. How are you, Luke, you bollocks? I'm walking around. Luke, I have a challenge for you. Because I know you're fucking intelligent. What do you think would be the best way? Okay. I need a producer. Right? And I don't know fuck all about being an author. Well, I'm glad you read it. It's like, I read it like, you know, I was just talking about him there. The size of the cunt. He's tall as fuck he is, but I'll tell you what, he's a good guy, I like him. There's a few pricks I don't get on with in the community of Manchester. Number 1, Charlie Vetch. I fucking hate him. I don't hate him, I just dislike him. I don't hate anybody. You know. But you see this Bowsy? I swear to God, as long as I have me fucking trainers on, man, I don't care. You know, I'd snap kick him in the head. His security guard get it first. I'd say, Lee, hold that phone. Do me a favour, Lee. Point that camera on me. Jude, you're going to be embarrassed. You'll be on live. Good. No pressure. Yeah, he'd walk on me. Boom! Boom! Yeah. Instant. Affirmative action, we call it where I'm from. You know, I got my ass beat by some of the toughest guys I've ever known. You know, and if they could beat my ass and it didn't, don't get me wrong, it had a great effect on me. I come to the UK because of it, but you stand in someone's fucking space, mate, you're going to get tagged. Because he's a fucking dickhead, that's why. He's a fucking nonce too. How about that? I know his ex. Shout out to Stacey. Fuck him. He's lucky he has security. He wouldn't fucking step to me and fucking chat shit. I just ping him straight away, right in the jaw. I've just slapped you now. Do something about it, big man. You're on camera. Go on. Hey, this is for all the homeless people you tormented over the years and you've got rich off it. So here, eat some of this cunt. This is for you. Boom. You know, he picks on people that are vulnerable. Do you understand? And tries to get a reaction out of people. You get a reaction out of me, a right hand into the jaw. You know. Signed from Ballyferm at Dublin 10 year. Sealed in Manchester. Now look at you, you're viral. And I did that. I'd spark him, but he get me nicked. He talks to the police, yeah. He might act like he doesn't, but he's a lying cunt. I know things about him, proper things about him. And I was ex-partner. But I'd give him a wide berth. If he confronted me, I'd spark him out cold. No hesitation. Hesitation gets you killed. You know, he'd know. He fucking chose the wrong day. Cause like I'm stupid like that. Most of my friends that I grew up will tell you I'm really stupid that way. Like I'd fight 3 people. And I guarantee you I'd be the one left standing. I'm 51. I shouldn't be fighting with anybody. I'm a role model to my kids, do you understand? I'm meant to set standards for them, so if I'm acting like a bowsy, do you understand? But I won't let no one hit me. Fuck that. You're not going to violate me, not today. You know, fuck it. But I'd sooner listen to the birds. You know, before Bobby Sands died, his senses were heightened. His eyesight, his ears, his hearing. I remember watching a documentary called 66 Days, guys, right? If you've not watched it, watch it. I cried, I did. In all fairness, Luke, I only know a little bit of information about him. But he's made a lot of money from other people's misery, you know, by provoking an addict or an alcoholic. And most of the time, some of them are fucking rattling. So obviously they're going to trigger. And then when they get in his face, he'll knock them out. You know, like if he did that to me in front of somebody, do you understand? You have to hit him back. You know, because the next day everybody's going to think you can have a swing at you, and fuck that, we're dealing with this now. Yeah, you're not walking away from this, dickhead. We're both going to the police station, know that. You know, I'll tell you what's going to happen. I'm going to knock you out, and police are going to try to drag me off you. One of them's going to get knocked out, and then when you wake up, you're going to get another rap into the face, and then I'll be taken away to the police station for assault. And then if my brother's with me and he sees me getting nicked, he's going to come over and say, "Officer, how's it going? Fuck off." Joking. We're law-abiding, aren't we, bro?
What?
Law-abiding citizens.
What about them?
We are
Law-abiding citizens.
law-abiding citizens. You know. Yes, House of Pain. Love it. I don't know too much about him, Luke, in all fairness. I know a little bit. I know he has paperwork for certain things. It's not really for me to say, you know what I mean, because I'm not 100%, so therefore I wouldn't say it, but I was told that he's a nonce. Now, I'd never label any man that word, Jesus Christ, but I've heard it in circles, you know. Like, he picks on vulnerable people, you know, and then when they get in his face, he puts them, he'll slap them or kick them or, and then fuck off, you know. I tell you what, I'd bump into him on purpose, and if he says, "Watch where you're going, mate," before mate come out of his mouth to be on the ground, you know, I'd punch him in his esophagus until he lost his composure. And while he's trying to catch his breath, yeah, I just finish him. You know, like I said, he wouldn't predict me punching him right in the neck. It wouldn't be a punch, it'd be just a fucking smack there. And he'd lose his composure, and all I need is one shot. That's it. You know, give me a clear target. His chin. You know, my chin is tucked into my chest, and I'm just taking that back and bang, connecting. Ask me brother, bro. Hey, if I hit you, you're going to sleep. Because I know where to hit you, bro. And if you don't go to sleep, well, then we have a fucking problem. We're going to dance. You know, but for the sake of me kids and me grandkids and stuff like that, I try think logical nowadays, you know. Only hypothetically now, I mean. You know, I'm a granddad. You know, I'm a father. I'm not fighting with anyone unless I'm getting paid to do it. You know, fucking right, I would, yeah, why not? What's a fight? It wouldn't be a fight. It'd be easy. You know, I wouldn't even have to train me. Fuck's sake. I just need to tag you once, that's it. And render you unconscious. You know, I was doing it as a 13-year-old kid at a corner with lads much tougher than me, lads much bigger than me. You know, but there were so many of them big lads, we did as we were told up there. Every one of us, or we get a slap, you know, because all the Red Wall lads, do you understand? And I grew up around all that madness, Halloweens, rob cars, shootings. You know, it's sad. People's parents getting involved in it, people's kids getting bullets into the back. Do you understand? It's like, and the youths, they still have the Neanderthal mentality. Shout out to Luke for that. It's like, that's a good quote. You know, because the truth of the matter is, you can run to Kansas where Dorothy is and say there is not, click your little heels and say there's no place like home. You know, it doesn't matter where you go in the world when you're from Ballyfermot, you can take the boy out of Ballyer, but you can't take the Ballyer out of the boy. And I've realised that over 30 years here. You know, that individual died, man, years ago, you know. You do silly things, and I'll tell you what, I've done a lot of silly things, allegedly. You know, and I've lived through it, and I'd like the chance to write about it. I just don't know where to start. I already know what the first chapter in my book will be. It'd have to be the matchstick. I heard my mother screaming that morning on that balcony. I remember, that's the thing about coming off the mood stabilizers. All memories come flooding back, and I've complex PTSD. I see things in videos. I see shit before it happens in videos. It's weird. It's like fucking Final Destination shit. It's super weird. Ever since me mum come to see me, I can see things. You know, it's weird. Me senses are heightened. I don't know whether it's because I'm 51 and I'm getting older. But back to Bobby Sands, 66 days. Imagine that, going on hunger strike for 66 days. I'm writing about it every day. Watch that fucking 66 days. What a documentary, man. I cried, I'm not gonna lie. Anytime I've watched it, I've cried. You know, listening to Bobby Sands, like, on his memoirs. It fucking broke me heart, it did. Listening to him saying how he knows how he's gonna break his mother's heart. But for this cause, he has to sacrifice his life just to show the Brits you can break our houses or windows, even break into our factories, but you won't break our spirits. That's the thing, that's the beauty of the Irish, the resilience. You know, they're not being able to stay down. Don't get up, bro. We're gonna get up, aren't we? It's in us. What did I tell you? I told you to stay down. Yo, dickhead. Finish me. Come on, I'm here. I'm not gone yet. Yeah, but Luke, I need a publisher. You know, and I think I need an Irish one. Because I'd need them to research a couple of things, and I think it'd be a belter. You know. Growing up with all them lads that you know, Luke, off that estate, being able to write about it through my eyes, and what I used to see most weekends. Stolen cars, no surprise. You know. They were very cautious back then, Luke, of coming onto the manor. Because of the way it was, like strategically. Once they go past Wayne Murray's house, up by Biddy's house, up by Decay's house, first roundabout, once they go around that roundabout and come in to go and past Spencer McDermott's old house, they are fucked because you lock them in. And there's only one way in and one way out of that estate. You know, up where I lived, top roundabout. By the time you got to that roundabout, every window in that car would be gone in, as you know. Because we hated the police so much. Because when they caught us, they used to beat the shit out of us. But that was on us, we did that. But I tell you what, I'll never forget a chase that went up there. A fella called Mickey Mac allegedly stole a Des Carper Kelly van. And he was chased by 6 units of the Garda Síochána. And the chase come up all the way through fucking Cherry Orchard. Luke, I've never seen as many police cars in my life. From Wayne Murray's mum's house, all the way past Bridie Dunn's, to the very where you turn out at the launch. From there, all the way up past Billy Hendricks's, and they were stopped outside the Kershaws. We all looked down, and there must have been 70 cars. Everybody was looking for blocks, bottles, spanners, hammers, screwdrivers, crowbars, anything you could throw. We threw it at them. But they gave it back to us when they got us on our own. You know what I mean? They beat our ass, bro. But we deserved it, you know what I mean? We all deserve what we got. I wouldn't change a thing, man. You know, because I wouldn't be where I am today if I did. You know, life experiences, you know, you learn and you grow as well. Yeah, it's nice and relaxing in the garden. I'm deciding what movie to watch. Yeah, fuck knows what I'm gonna watch. Something about space or megalodons. Okay, right. I'm gonna say this. Do any of you think that, right, so, right, you know years ago the way they say megalodons existed, right? Excuse me. You want to fucking lie? Oh, you are taking the piss, bro. Wow. Yeah, man.
Don't say we don't get you anything.
I won't. Wow, fuck me, bro. That's lovely, that. Yeah, man. Oh, rasclad. What a gift to get, what? Rah, rah. Oh, yeah. I don't pass my shit to nobody either. Oh, today's just got so much better. Today's been a great day. You know what I mean? The gods are good to me today. Shout out to the Mother Nature, yeah. And fuck that train. I pissed on it. Yeah. You ran over me and you did nothing. You drowned me, you cheating bastard. You couldn't do it with your wheels. Yeah, fuck you and your oil. 12 million barrels a day, yeah, fuck you. And God spared me to put me in this garden today. To, yeah, I'm rather flattered. You know, fuck the hat, James. Yeah. Does that go with me, huh? People are so fucking generous to me, man. What's going on? Oh, baby, that tastes lovely, man. Fuck me. You know, it's rare I get gifts like this, you know, so they're precious. I don't touch drugs. Not anymore, anyway. I like weed. I'm not gonna lie, I do. I've always liked it, but I got used to it very young, because I come to the UK at 18 and I was here for about 3 weeks, right? Now, when I first come here, all I ever smoked was hash. I never ever smoked green, right? Like, like skunk, right? And I was here 3 weeks and I was over at the shop getting my granddad's newspaper. And this big black rasta walked past me, right? And the smell just hit me. Boom. I turn around, I watch my man walking off into the sunset. I can just see smoke going over the shoulder. I'm like, I'm following this cunt. You know, so I was building up the courage to say, hey, mate, do you know where I can get any of that? Why, I say? Sorry? He says, why, I say? I'm like, what you mean? He said, why, you fucking warm boy? I'm like, bro, here, I'm only off the boat. Bit like yourself. You what? I was like, here, scratch it. Bro, I'm Irish. I'm in this city and I need some fucking hash. Me don't smoke it, you know. All this right now, a Jamaican guy, and I was like, bro, I've £20 here, help me. I've not had a joint in 3 weeks. Follow me then. Like, you know, so I'm like, what? He's like, follow me then. I'm like, okay, Dan, that'll do me. It's better than cunt or whatever, you know. So I was like, I didn't realise he was saying dumb. Follow me then. I was like, no problem. He said, wait here. He goes into the pub, the Grafton, the old Grafton beside the Apollo of Manchester, and comes out and gives me this bag, bulging. Now, do you understand, right? I'd never seen this shit in my life, right? I didn't even know what to do with it, in all fairness. It's like I ran home like Charlie when he found the golden ticket. I ran home, opened the door, ran up. How are you, Grandpa? I didn't show him me golden ticket. I went straight in the bedroom, got the radio, turned key 103 on, got the skins out, and I was like, fucking hell, man. I was wasted. Next of all, I heard me granddad saying, are you fucking smoking in the house? I was like, I didn't realise the smell, right? So pungent in the air, you know. Oh, man. Fucking out the window and all.
Just gotta give it a mop.
Alright, bro. My man thinks he's in back in an asylum or something. You know what I mean? He mops the floor twice a day like he's like a cell. Do you understand? He's regimented, my brother, man. But anyway, shout out to the gods, because I tell you one thing, this shit doesn't happen. And I was like, that shit earlier on, bro, is like, you know, 31 years in Manchester, I fucking love this city. You know, all my kids are here. You know, madness. Having every one of your children's mothers living in the same city as each other. That's not a coincidence. Do you understand? I don't believe in coincidence anymore. I do believe in destiny and fate. I don't believe in coincidence though. Not anymore. I do believe in God though, and I do believe in forgiveness. In all fairness and God fearing, forgiving people's easy. That's the easy part. The hard part is forgetting. That's what always gets me in the end. It's the forgetting. I can't forget. I can forgive. You know, I'm a Christian. I'm God fearing. I forgive everybody. You can't just forgive 3 or 4 people and not forgive my man across the road. I have no enemies, so I don't hate anybody. I forgive everybody. But my memory won't let me forget. You know, when it's kept me sharp all these years, it's like, and I know why God kept me alive. To help the earth reproduce. Thomas is only 1.5 and he's my legacy. When I'm dead and gone, he's going to have his own family. But he'll have a lot of videos to show them. I'm covering all bases. I've made over 20,000 videos. By the time I'm done with the channel, my target is 5,000. If I choose to go past that when I hit it, I will. In the Navy, I can sail the 7 seas. In the Navy. Do, 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 do. It's like Broadmoor in a way. You know, we're really in a psychiatric hospital. I don't really live here. This is just all staged. This is a hospital, really. What? It's like a hospital because it heals me, you see, because I sit out here a lot. I see me man and dad walking up the garden. You know what I mean? That's why I sit in this garden. I see things, right? You know, it's okay to lose people. You know, you just have to accept it. That's the hard part. You know, losing people, it is what it is. You know, I'm not complaining. I've had a great life compared to some people, you know. Showtime. I just heard showtime. I was like, right, fight. Yeah. I tell you what, it's not bad for a Monday, and anyway, I'll tell you that. In the Navy. Do, 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 do. In the Navy. I was watching a thing last night, right, called Special Ops Lioness. Fucking brilliant. Basically about the CIA and counterintelligence operations overseas, espionage and fucking brilliant. It's all about this Saudi family, and they try to get a mark inside the board. You know, it's just very hard to do. And they managed to get a Marine Special Forces, and they broke her, they kidnapped her, they tortured her to try break her, and they couldn't do it, yeah. And all her fucking everything, her calisthenics, everything, her peace, everything she was scoring over average. Like, I mean, all the tests you have to do when you're a Marine or a certain soldier or fucking whatever. And she was always head of her class with distinctions. So they chose her for a fucking suicide mission. But it's brilliant. You know, I enjoyed it, man. Fucking brilliant. So I'm gonna look for something to watch. In all fairness, I'll put it another way. I woke up, I looked in my box, and there was about enough for a spliff. And then spliffs just fell from the heaven today. So shout out to the spliff gods. Yeah, for dropping. My brothers don't smoke, but I have a lot of brothers that do. And if they don't, yeah, there's a lot of generous people around this place, you know, that know me a long time. Yeah, allegedly. But you know, sitting out in this garden really clears me fucking head for some reason. You know what I mean? Because I listen to the birds and it just reminds me of when I was younger. You know. You know, one of the first books I ever read was about birds. Funny enough. The flying kind, not the ones with two legs and a vagina. Birds like pigeons and crows and blackbirds and seagulls and magpies and robins and swifts and swallows, and you know, and I was given a book as a kid and I was told to pick a bird to draw out of every bird. Do you know what bird I chose to draw? I thought it was the easiest one of them all to draw. And he's no bird. See them trees? Do you know the amount? Never mind them. What about them ones? Do you know the amount of birds that live in there? And squirrels. You know, it's nice, like I said, trees release neurotoxins into the air. Did you know that? Now, I don't think it's a proven science, but so they say trees release neurotoxins. Why do you think they go to the Amazon and they find cures for all these diseases through plants and certain trees and, you know, blood orchids? They're meant to be good for stem cell reproduction, but I'd go to, in all fairness, you know. I watched something about blood orchids, and they said that they have certain things in them that can help, like stem cells, grow quicker than what we have already. You know, that shit could have been bigger than penicillin if I had it dropping. Do you understand? A cure for cancer, a cure for leukemia, a cure for AIDS. You know, but a big pharmaceutical company would jump on that like a big dick. You know, and the world is a big vagina. And if they found a cure, like, I watched a thing about a doctor called Dr. CB, right? And he was like a medicinal purpose kind of a herbalistic fucking doctor. And you know what he did? He went and killed him. You understand? My man had a cure for cancer, for AIDS. He had patients who took his, listened to his teachings and took what he told them to take, and it cured certain people, and the bastards killed him. You know, they can't afford it. You're talking, it's a $1 trillion industry, pharmaceutical shit. You know, this shit would have been bigger than penicillin. It would have been the biggest discovery that this fucking world's ever had. And it cured everybody, but he didn't want it. You know, what do I know though? Oh man, how you run? Tell you what, it's fucking getting cold out here. But I can't complain. You know, like I said, I woke up and I looked in my bag and I was very light, and now it's okay. So yeah, things could be worse. My stomach's fucked, but I had a few of them and me Briazol. Right, I'm gonna end me live and I'll probably do one later on, yeah, because I'm in the garden and it's freezing. So thanks for coming in, and I'm away. Right.